Hi, it's Rob. Okay, image training course video number 8, and this is about Photoshop. Now, I don't want it to be a Photoshop training course, and in fact, I'm probably not good enough at Photoshop to do that, and yet I do a ton of stuff with Photoshop all the time. So, for me, Photoshop is a tool that I use, as I say, very often, but I use it to do a few things. First up, I do like to use actions. So in other words, when I take a photo and I push a button, I fiddle with it a bit, and I push a button and it adds flames coming out of your head or whatever, or it turns an image into a 3D cover of a box or a book or whatever. A good example of that is this, where you get these are headline banner things. So let's just pick any one of these. Earlier on in the video I showed you this one. So as you can see, it looks like that. Actually, let's find one that's a little bit sort of more fancy, if there's such a word. Okay, so this one, headline number 3. So I would literally open that, and it would open with the layers correctly done. Okay. Sorry, my frog's really bad. Where are my layers? I'm missing fonts. Okay, I don't care to resolve, or I'd bother to find it. So what you've got is a pretty ordinary layer system pre-done, which is cool. And so I'd simply take the word stop, and I'd go back into the text, and I would find, so let's see how bad it changes it to what it does to it. Yeah, bad. It's okay. And then I'd say, so whatever you want it to do. And obviously it's all about. I can even, if you know Photoshop, I can go into the effects and fiddle with it. So if I don't like the yellow, I'll find out which is the yellow. Is it the stroke? And I'll try and change that. Yeah, so that's how I do that. And I would work through it a bit by bit. And again, I told you it's not meant to be a Photoshop lesson, but it's cool with the pre-done ones that you can get. And if you've seen, over time, you will be offered courses and things, and a lot of the time they come with all this Photoshop pre-done. Is it editable in Photoshop? Yes. Now, in a minute, actually no, not a minute, the next video is about GIMP. And GIMP can, most of the time, can edit Photoshop PSDs, which is worth remembering. Okay, so let me not even save that and go to the next one. So this is the kind of thing that I do more of, is that I use Photoshop for my editing tools. There's 2 of them that I use for this purpose, and I'll show you what they are. First up, I like to do image adjustments, auto tone, and it should make a difference. Auto contrast, and if it's a bad image, it'll fix it. I also would, in this case, want to crop it, because this was a screenshot that I took of flooding at Long Point down the road from me. We were there camping about a month ago, and it didn't look flooded like this. So as you can see, that's one of the things I do. The other thing I do, I don't know how I'd fix this. I mean, I'd probably crop it right off, and then I don't have that problem, whatever the hell that is from my mouse or something. So there we go. I've now got a perfectly clear image. I double check that I have done the auto tone. There we go, so it's a bit brighter. And then what I do is, remember this, is that I would then, if the image of this, the size of this image is correct, I don't need to fiddle with it. I would then go into File, I'd do Export, and I'd do Save for Web, and I'd save it either as a PNG or a JPEG, normally JPEG, and I'd save it, and it will take it to a smaller size. I don't think I need to, but I'm going to save it anyway. Okay, so that's the most common. The next thing is that I do have, you're going to have to email me if you need this, the images for the sizes for a stand. In fact, let me pause it and find it. Okay, so you can pause it if you want. So if you've got a full screen, you should work to that size in one column. So let's say I'm going to do my image, and I'm planning on doing my, this is going to be another video for this later, by the way. But for now, I would use it for this. So let's say I need it to be 510, right? In other words, half page. So I'm going to work on a half page image. So I would then do a file, new. I'd then go to, sorry about the length of time it'll take me to find this. I'll do a 510. So there's a 512. But if in truth I should stick to what I'm telling you, so I would do 510. Surely I've done 510 in the past. Fine. So I'd go here to pixels and I'd do 510. I'd start again and do 510. Stop it. And then I would do the height that I don't have a clue. So it's I don't have a clue. So I'm going to do 500 high. But it's not going to need to be there. And 72 is fine for a website, not fine if you're going to do it for print on demand, and that's a different issue. And 8-bit and RGB colors, all cool. So sorry, my bad. Click create. And what I've done is I've now got the correct width thing. So I then drag this to my other screen. Sorry that it now takes it off page. I'd click on the image and I'd drag it back. And what I'd want to do is put it into, it's actually, if I wanted to go square, by the way, I would have done 510 by 510, and that would have been good. This would work. But you remember, I'm presuming that it's not what I want, so I'd have to skid this around until I've got it fitted in there, and then fiddle with this until the image is correct for whatever that was. I'd probably have to look. Oh, it is more squat than that. It's fine. So then you click Blaps, and now I've obviously got an image that's too big, so I'm going to crop it. And I've now got an image that's correctly saved for half page. So now I'd go back down to File, Export, Save for Web. And by the way, in the beginning, I'll label it for what it is. So I'd literally call it half page. Later on, I'd call it something else. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. You've got to do all of that properly. So let's just get rid of that. And while I'm at it, this. And that comes back to the image I've just downloaded. I want to show you quickly. How can I do this easily? I want to go to my desktop. Sorry, I'm on another page. Give me a second to get there. I'm going to look for this image on my desktop. Whoa, nice image. Interesting that I saved that. Here we go. Gone. Here we go. Okay, so here's the point. Properties. This is what I want to show you. This image at 480 kbs, 489, it's big. It's not going to crash my website, but it's not too clever. So what I want to do is, there's that little circle I had earlier. Remember that? Funny. Sorry, I just got to wait for the little wheel to stop turning. I don't know what I did that made it do a trick on me. Okay, so now when I do this, File, Export, Save for Web, and I save it as that. So now I'm going to save it as for now I'm going to call it for web. Okay, and I'm going to go to here, and then I want to show you the properties of it now. And now it's 178. Still too big, by the way, but that's fine. So I would now take that further and show you how to resize it in another video. But that's all I wanted to do, was show you what I do in Photoshop. It's pretty much it. Is I crop it to size, I fix auto tone where necessary. You take care, by the way, sometimes. That So they obviously fiddled with this image, but look, that looks stunning. That one looked dirty and yellow and all icky poo. 10 minutes is enough. That's all you need to know that for what I really do with Photoshop. It's not counting banners and posters, but that's different training, because you can take this and add your text on top and create layers behind it. And it's all cool stuff that Photoshop can do, but the basics of it you probably don't need. In fact, you really, if you're new online, you don't have Photoshop, you don't need this. You use Canva, which I will show you in another video. Okay, cool. Take care. Next video. Catch you there. Cheers.